Hello! Welcome to the final part of Endure the King, everyone's favorite video, everyone's favorite series. It's great. So let's get started. First question in part 3. Have I ever been approached by sponsors or can I get any? No, I cannot get any. I'm a nobody on YouTube, so there's that. And I've not been approached. I've been approached by bots. Spam bots, I've been approached by them, but, they're spam bots. But it is what it is.
Going to get you right back into things, folks. From Ray117, he says, Phil, have you been approached by any sponsors lately? If not, is there any way for you to secure sponsorship to supplement the lost revenue that you've gotten from YouTube this year? I'm not sure if you're big enough to get sponsorship,
Twitch.
But I believe you could give out a sponsorship.
He got his sponsorship from Twitch. It's fine. He got that. It's fine.
Shout out during each pre-stream for Squarespace, Blue Apron, etc. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Turn this up for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is this. Number one, on YouTube, I'm not a big guy anymore. I have not been super white hot popular since 2012.
Why does he keep saying white hot popular?
Popular, not even like mid-sized popular, probably for a couple of years. Now, this year in particular, I have not focused on YouTube at all. I am focusing on my live streams, folks.
So, he has not focused on YouTube at all. Okay, so then why do you still care? Then where's Super Mario Sunshine? Why are you playing Super Mario Sunshine then? Oh, because you won't get any YouTube revenue from it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, why haven't you gone back to Persona 5? Oh, because of YouTube. But he doesn't care about YouTube, guys. Totally buying this.
So the opportunities that you see for sponsorship go to YouTubers who primarily have a focus on YouTube. They're going to run ads for these shout-outs for these companies before and after their videos and stuff like that. They don't come to people like me. Number two.
But he got a sponsorship from Twitch. Remember the Twitch event in October? That's a sponsorship. Because he was paid for that. It wasn't like that they paid him nothing. They literally told him, and he told us, that he was getting paid extra for it.
Sadly, folks, even with the amount of popularity that I do have, because I do have a hardcore fan base of viewers, I still do get thousands of people watching my stuff every single day, and I still make millions of views every month on YouTube, and I still get lots of great viewership here on Twitch as well.
Okay.
Sadly, because of the stupidity of YouTube and the way that the website works, when you search for me, you find out negative shit all the time. All you see is negative videos, slander, and shit. People have even said to me, Phil, it's hard for me to even find your playthroughs. I try to find the playthrough viewers on YouTube, and I said I get...
Really? A fan who I would assume would have subbed to his channel has a hard time finding his videos. Okay, that's like me saying that I have a hard time finding Mega 64 videos. Like, if I said that, you guys would probably be like, oh, please, Theo, we know you sub to that channel. Like, you probably know where all their videos are.
And negative videos about you first before the playthrough even pops up. Do you really think a sponsor is going to want to attach themselves to that? You know what I mean? And it really is. At this point, it's uncontrollable by me. I'll give you an example. Earlier this year, I left Machinima and was going to partner with another company, another partnership company. By accident, the information got out what the company was. Immediately, literally about 100 idiot trolls spammed that company.
Look at that. I literally typed in DSP Gaming Evil Within 2, and his playthrough is the first thing I see. So hard, guys. All these attractor videos are at the top, guys. Look at all these attractor videos. By DSP Gaming. I mean, DSP Gaming must be a very good detractor if he's on the top. Okay, his fans must be either retarded or something.
Company on social media about how I'm a horrible person, I'm a pedophile, I'm this spammed the company was a partnership company. I left Machinima and was going to partner with another company, another partnership company. By accident, the information got out what the company was. Immediately,
by accident. He said, I was watching a David Davidson video, hot David Davidson video, and he literally said in that video that you could find out who your partner is via the metadata of YouTube, the metadata, guys. And he kept saying that how it was public information and this and that. Now he's saying, well, by accident they found out who it was. Okay.
literally about 100 idiot trolls spammed that company on social media about how I'm a horrible person, I'm a pedophile, I'm this, I'm that, and they should not accept me in under their wing because, you know,
At least I
I'm
was
so
Greenwave,
negative.
but...
And then I talked to them and they said, well, Phil, we were going to sign you, but because of this,
Okay.
you know, we're a relatively smaller company. We can't really handle bigger things going on like that with our company. And therefore, we can't take on a bigger responsibility of something like that. Of having, you know, maybe having the risk of, for example, you know, negative people spamming our social media and stuff like that. So we can't sign you now. And that's what happened. I had a company lined up that was going to give me I didn't even talk about this earlier. They were going to give me a better partnership than what I have now with Curse. And the reason they didn't give it to me was because of trolls.
Okay, so there's a few things here that really make the story confusing, because on one hand, he did talk to Screenwave. That did happen. He did talk to other partnership companies. That part is actually true. And it was Screenwave. I mean, the guy had the name of his company in his bio and all the other stuff, so that part is actually true. But he wasn't with Curse at the time. He was still with Machinima. Or at least, like, you know, near the end of that partnership, but he was talking to them. This is before Poltavi and Laveria. Now he's trying to say that, oh, this was gonna be better than Curse, but like, he didn't have Curse at the time. So he's kind of merging the Screenwave story with the Laveria story. He's kind of merging that, and then taking the Laveria shit and putting it a little bit later. So that he can sound smart about how he was able to spot a con or whatever. But okay.
Imagine a company signs me to be their, you know, a sponsorship. Do you really think that company is going to want to sign me for their product? You know what I mean? Let's say, for example.
But he has said multiple times a lot of indie developers went to him to give him free games and all that. Why didn't the detractors stop those companies, Phil? Oh, maybe because he didn't have to. I don't know.
Blue Apron, I don't even know what they are. They have sponsorship for me. Immediately, these idiot trolls will go right to them and start, how dare you? Don't get Blue Apron because they're with DSP and shit like that. See what I mean?
But whatever.
So, it sucks because it's not me. Like, what did I do to make it so that Blue Apron shouldn't be advertised on my videos? Nothing. Because the shit that people say about me that's slanderous isn't true. But because these idiots stalk me, there's nothing I can do about it. That's the problem with internet.
Yes, guys. Always remember, we stalk him by watching public videos that he posts online and read public tweets that he posts on his Twitter. That's stalking. Guys, if you're watching this video, you're stalking me now. And I feel uncomfortable about it now, guys. I mean, you guys are stalking me. This is ridiculous. I'm making videos and I'm uploading it to YouTube. Stalkers, motherfuckers.
Internet-based advertising is right now there's no real protection against that kind of trolling behavior. It sucks.
What?
And no one is. The only sponsorship opportunities that I get a couple. Number one, Twitch. Remember, Twitch had me do that promotional stream a couple months ago. That was awesome.
At least he admits that was sponsorship.
Sometimes I get game companies who want me to not advertise big games, but little indie games. And the thing is, sadly, I need to put out video content for you guys that's going to entertain you. And if I'm playing some indie game you've never heard of constantly,
anything for this. Greed is massive.
If I lower the quality of what I'm doing in order to take a paycheck, it's going to hurt me in the long run. You see what
How is that going to lower the quality? You're just playing games. You're keeping the same, like, stream quality. It's just a different game. That makes no sense. That's kind of like a slide little diss about those games then. Like, oh, I'm giving you less quality if I play this indie game. What he's trying to say is that he's trying to dress it up, but what he's trying to say is that he can't play random indie games because that might not get him the long-term views, the short-term views that he needs. But the thing is that it wouldn't matter what he's playing. He gets the same amount of views. Okami, he got less participation for that game, but he got like an average views that usually gets like 300 to 400. It's kind of roughly what he pulls. The only time he gets 500 is if it's if he oversells the game. If he oversells it. Okami, he just kind of didn't do anything about it. He was like, play Okami, okay? And that's it. But okay.
I mean?
You know what I mean?
So, you know, even though I've gotten a lot of opportunities from indie game companies to put out videos about their games, I never really have done one. And that's really it. You know, I don't really get many opportunities because of the negative assholes who follow me. That's the bottom line. It's not because people don't want to sponsor me. It's because they see the negativity that people that follow around and associate.
Maybe it's because you don't follow through. He got all these agreements with companies to promote their games, and he doesn't do it. Maybe that's why he's not getting any more sponsorship, because he's not giving these companies any. Because the thing is that I don't know if this is the case. I'm just assuming, but I would assume like a company will go through DSP Gaming and see that this guy doesn't do a lot of sponsorship. He doesn't do a lot of promotions for games. He plays a lot of games, you know, time of release, like Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein, you know, whatever. But he doesn't do anything that is like, oh, I'm playing this like you know, that puzzle game he played 2 years ago at this point, like 2016. He played that puzzle game. I don't remember the name of it. That was like the last game he got that was promotional, and that's it. You know, and maybe that's why they're not getting any more deals, because he's saying that he's not doing any more. Maybe he's not like on like a blacklist. Maybe, I don't know.
With me, and now they don't want to deal with that shit.
But no one is going to, like, again, when Amazon did the Amazon Associates with him, no one went to Amazon. I was like, Amazon, how dare you allow to be in your associates thing? No one really went after them for that. No one went after Loot Crate for sponsoring him. No one went after One Upbox because they sponsored him. Like, no one has really went after them. The only reason why people went after managed partnership companies is because that's like a paycheck for him, and it would be managed and all this other shit. It's not the same as getting sponsorships, because sponsorships, it's kind of like a whatever rate, because it's like, you know, when you do it, you get paid for that. You don't get paid forever, you know?
And by the way, I don't blame that company that earlier this year I was trying to partner with on YouTube for not signing me. I agree, if you're a smaller company and you're trying to get notoriety and you sign a YouTuber who's going to bring negativity to you, regardless of the fact that it's me that's doing the negativity, I understand. I completely... And it sucks because, guys, guess what? I probably would have had a managed partnership, which means I wouldn't have had the issues I have with Content ID, with YouTube, you know, muting my videos and taking music out, with Nintendo games. All that I would have been avoided. But because of the fucking scumbag trolls, I don't have that. I lost out on that. And probably I would have been in a much...
But you said that you play games for fun, so why should it matter then?
Better financial situation now than I am. It's all their fault. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice?
And there's nothing I can do about it.
Nothing I can do.
That's all nice. Right. Oh, that's right. I want to do so. First of all, I have a shout out over here for a tip, and then I have a few shout outs to do for patrons, and then we'll continue with the questions. So there was a tip, a $2 tip from G Wumbo. And thank you very much for the tip, by the way, G Wumbo. And G Wumbo says, Phil, if you made the Patreon stretch goal for December, which, by the way, if I hit that stretch goal for this month, I'm...
So this was something. This was something. I kind of was debating to do the pre-stream that he did about it and all that kind of shit, but that his pre-streams are, like, terrible now. They're, like, an hour plus now. And I just don't feel like going through all of that, but this fucker... that fundraising event got, like, what, $2,000, you know, in the beginning? And then when people kept asking, like, oh, will you put the tips towards the Patreon goal? He's like, no, gotta go to Patreon. So then, near the end of the fundraising event, after he got, like, $500, then he was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna... No, not $500. I think it was, like, right after the $1,000 tip he got again. And he was like, you know what, guys? I'm gonna start putting tips towards the Patreon. So there you go. But did he count the $1,000 tips he got? No, of course not. That'd be nice. That'd be too generous. So, you know, so he got like more than what he was asking for the fucking stretch goal, because he hit the base goal on Patreon, but the stretch goal, he basically got $4,000 for doing something that was $2,000. Isn't that fucking awesome? He got paid more money. He got paid quadruple the amount to do something that was actually cheaper to do on Patreon. That's fucking insane. And then on top of that, he has the gall. That wasn't enough for him. To ask for more money as he's playing the Metal Gear games. Because Konami's claiming the videos. But you know what? I'm preaching to the choir at this point. Because his fucking slaves can't really do math. They can't really figure out that this guy made a lot of fucking money in a day. That maybe, he shouldn't be begging for more money when he's playing a game that he got $4,000 in. Like, he made over $3,000 since November. And he made more money in that fundraising event. And he's begging for more money. But his slaves won't care. He made $100 yesterday. Monday. As I'm recording this. This is Tuesday as I'm recording this. So, there you go.
I'm playing both Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 Redemption runs
Garbage.
Starting January 1st. He says, shouldn't it be the patron's choice as to which Metal Gear Redemption run you do first? I think it would be best to give the patrons the power to choose what run.
Okay, you talk about that. We don't really need to see that. So we're going to skip the Patreon
To the
shoutouts.
questions. Next question is from...
So, next question. Am I still in contact with the FGC? Why did I stop playing competitively? Do I miss it? I don't talk to anyone in the FGC. I'm not an FGC player. I'm not that competitive in fighting games. I'm not even that well-versed in it. I play fighting games just for fun. I enjoy the games. I enjoy the characters I play. Like, Karen is a lot of fun to play as, etc. I kind of just play fighting games just to mess around. I don't really play competitively. I know that, if you catch me streaming, I kind of, like, get off, I start yelling, like, oh my god, guys, this is bullshit, wake up Shoryuken, all that garbage. But that's just fucking salt. That's just me being, raging. But I'm not, like, sitting there, like, I don't really understand when people type of frames in that game. Like, oh, vulnerability frames, wake up frames, all these, like, reset frames, all that kind of stuff. I kind of don't get that. I'm sure someone in the comments is gonna, like, walk me through that, or I'll learn eventually, and that's fine. I kind of don't really care that much about fighting games to learn those kind of terms. I just play for fun. The salt is just kind of there. Like, I will say this. The one thing I like about getting salty in fighting games, that it kind of feels therapeutic because it gets all the anger out. Like, when I'm done with a fighting game, I kind of feel more relieved. In a way, because it's like, all that stress I get, all that anger, I finally get to vent and put it onto something. So I get to put it all out on a fucking fighting game, which I think is fine. I think that's the thing that I kind of hate with Phil when it comes to fighting games, that he gets kind of embarrassed about being salty in a fighting game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine to get salty in a fighting game because it's a heated match. I mean, of course you're gonna get salty. The only thing is that I kind of try to not do when I get salty is I try not to, like, kind of express ill will towards people. Like, there were times where I would get really fucking heated and be like, oh, this guy, fuck you, and this and that. But, like, or, I would get kind of violent about it. But I got a little bit better now. I'm just saying that, they should fuck off and just say, fuck you, fucking idiot. That kind of stuff is fine. I don't mind getting that salty, but, like, I try not to get too personal with the salt, because that's kind of shitty. So there you go. There's my viewpoints. It's a weird way I answer that question, right?
From Hot Sauce 123.
Hot Sauce.
He says, I know you've been out of fighting games for a while. I think that the time that you went to a fighting game tournament in Tennessee in 2010 was one of the last major ones that you attended. Actually, I think the last actual one I went to was 2011 or 2012. That was the one where I'd hurt my neck really bad, and it pinched the nerve and the disc, and I lost feeling in my thumb, and I played one fucking match of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I couldn't feel my thumb, so I couldn't even feel when I was pressing the button, and I forfeit after that, because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even feel my finger to do, like, a basic combo. And
but if he's using a fight stick, because he used fight sticks for tournaments, wouldn't he be using his finger, not his thumb? Well, maybe he was using a controller, maybe.
Forfeit, and I went back to my hotel room and I played Dragon Age 2 the whole time. That was the last major tournament I entered, I believe. All right, but anyway. He says, are you still in contact with the fighting game community, and what made you stop playing competitively? Do you miss it? I bet you have more stories to tell. Not really. Every once in a while, I'll get, I talk to maybe one or two people from the fighting game community. The other day, of all people, Jason Cole and Jaha were in my stream chat when I was checking out Fighting EX Layer. Now, those are guys, Jason Cole every once in a while. I haven't seen or talked to Jaha.
I thought...
Fuck, 2007.
I kind of don't get why Jaha shows up, because don't they have, like, a rivalry or something? Like, doesn't Jaha, like, hate DSP? Like, didn't Jaha want to, like, fight DSP? In, like, IRL fight, not, like, a fight in a street fighting game, but, like, in real life, like, he wanted to, like, throw down. Okay.
That was the first time I had seen the guy. So, yeah, that was pretty wild. I have no idea what they were doing there, and they left after a couple of minutes. I don't know if someone just, like, told them, hey, Phil's playing or whatever. They decided to join or whatever. But I don't really talk to anyone anymore. The only person who I ever really had direct contact with was Coruchado, who used to both be high-level East Coast players. But, no, have not really been involved with anything fighting games in quite some time. Okay.
Got it.
Let's see here. The second part of the question was, do I miss playing competitively, and what made me stop? Well, what made me stop, I've talked about before. I'll say it in a nutshell. Too much time investment, too much money invested, and nothing for it, okay? From the years of 2005 to 2007, I spent an incredible amount of time, money, and effort traveling the country to play Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Even though I had a lot of fun doing it, I met a lot of people, I had a lot of friends and stuff that came out of it at that time. At the end of 2007, I took a look at my life. And by the way, that was when my back injury was diagnosed and all of that. And I was like, I've spent so much, like all of my free time, my 100% of my hobby time was playing Super Turbo and or Street Fighter, traveling the country to do it, paying lots of money to do it. And I was like, it's too much. It's just too much investment at this point. It is. It's too much. And I said, I want to do something else. And that's when I got back into being a casualized gamer. I got all the modern gaming consoles. I started playing all the games. That was when I played Mass Effect 1, and I played Uncharted 1, and I was like, damn, these games are good. Grand Theft Auto 4. I thought, like, damn, these are all the games I've been missing out on. These games are fucking outstanding. I feel like an asshole that I've only been playing Street Fighter for like the past 3 or 4 years.
Of course.
Now, do I miss it? Absolutely. Like, I get the bug all the time. You know, when Ultra Street Fighter 2 came out last year and I was playing it on the Switch, and that's a far inferior version of Super Turbo, I was like, man, I'm craving fighting games again. I wanted to play.
That is kind of bullshit, because he kept bragging, especially during the year of Street Fighter 5, that, oh, I'm so glad I'm out of the FGC. I get to play a variety of games. I don't miss it at all. Now he's saying he missed it. Sure.
Play them, you know. I do. I get those cravings. I get those inklings that I want to play fighting games again every once in a while. I'm very excited for this 30th anniversary edition of Street Fighter coming out next year. I hope it's good.
Spoiler alert, he will hate it because of lag, and then he'll say that's garbage because the netcode is bad. Capcom lost their way. Guarantee he's going to say that.
Would I sacrifice the amount of time, effort, money to get back into the competitive scene at this point? Probably not. I mean, maybe I would go back and play Super Turbo in this anniversary collection at tournaments for a bit, but I don't really think that I would go back and be like competitive high level at a new game or anything like that anymore. It's just so much crazy investment and everything. Plus, like I said, you guys know my situation. I can't. How could I take time out enough to be good at a new fighting game again? I can't afford to travel. So, there you go. I will break you. Ask me what the.
Okay, I will break you says, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin? I kind of don't want to listen to that. I don't really care.
The whole Bitcoin and cryptocurrency rise and explosion recently. Have you thought about getting involved in it? What are your overall thoughts about it? My overall thoughts about it are that it's a very risky venture, although some people have made quite a lot of money doing it. I'm sure there's an equal amount of people who have lost money doing it. Okay, just like any investment, financial investment, there's a giant risk factor involved. Okay, Bitcoin Cash, LTC. There's like a million of these cryptocurrencies that are now emerging, right? I don't have any money to fucking mess with that. It would be one thing if this were 2011, 2012 Phil. Maybe instead of buying a bunch of stupid statues, I would have put that money into cryptocurrency. By the way, it didn't exist back then, or if it did, it was nowhere near the capacity it was today. So that being said,
Well, look at that tip.
That being said,
$2.
No, I probably would never. I mean, for me, even if I were to come into money somehow, I probably wouldn't fuck with Bitcoin because there's such risk-reward factor. I couldn't imagine if I somehow made a lot of money. Wow, I'm good, but I'm going to invest some of that in Bitcoin and I lost it all again. I can't, man. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So, great for people who can afford it. I'm not fucking with that shit. I got a few shout-outs to do here. Shout out to Quack, who did a $5 tip. He's a happy Christmas. Good luck with your situation, with taxes and everything.
Oh, you got good luck, dude.
Without calling the game a piece of shit, can you let me know if there's any chance that Street Fighter V Arcade Edition stream once it's out? Thanks. No, I'm not playing that piece of crap anymore. I already answered that on this actual show. I said I'm never playing Street Fighter V again.
Okay, we get it.
Wow, I cannot read this guy's name at all. So I'm not going to read it. But there was a $2 tip from someone whose name I cannot read. And they said, love your work. And then they mentioned a negative thread on another website that I'm not going to mention because it doesn't need a shout out. But he said, you're the most legitimate gamer on YouTube and Twitch. Fuck the haters. I got your back. Well, thank you for the $2 tip. Appreciate that. And shout out to Super Potatoes 1989 who did another 1,000-bit cheer. So would you ever consider doing Let's Plays of smaller indie games? Would I?
Yeah.
Yes. But would people watch is the question. And that's what I'm nervous about. Let's say, for example, I decided to do, a bunch of indie games or games that are trying to get their names out there or whatever. But then I miss out on a big game. Was that going to negatively hurt me? I don't know what's going to happen here on Twitch. You know, people on Twitch tend to watch me play whatever, but then I play a game like Okami HD and no one shows up. See what I mean?
Okami HD isn't really an indie game, and it's an old fucking game. Like, when he was playing it, I looked at the, stats for it, or how many viewers or all that. He was third. He was the top 3 streamers playing that game out of the 4. There were only 4 people streaming that game. That game is old. Everyone played the game. Everyone knows what the game is. Like, there really is no need for people to watch a stream of Okami. But, like, if he plays an indie game, it could get views because it's not Okami, and it's not an old game. It's not a game that's, like, from 2007.
Like, it's weird. Sometimes people will watch me play bad games. Sometimes people will watch me play games you wouldn't expect, and then other times the whole thing falls apart. So I don't know. Would I consider it? Yes. It's never out of the question. Next question. Let's see here.
Next question. Let's see. Oh, New Year's resolutions. Oh, this is a good one for DSP because he said it a lot, and they're not really resolutions. They're goals, not resolutions. They're 2 different things. He doesn't know what a resolution is, which is kind of sad. My New Year's resolution would be to actually follow through and to actually do weekly stuff, like weekly art, like getting back into the sketching scene, and hopefully get into the swing of Inktober this year, maybe, hopefully, someday. And I just hope to kind of follow through with things, like, in the sense of, like, I do want to do this comic book idea I was kind of throwing around, and I just want to kind of I got like 10 pages drafted, and I just kind of want to stick with it, and I want to keep working on it. I have a few ideas on how to kind of motivate me to doing it, so there you go.
Okay. We're actually almost near the end of the forum questions this time around. This one is another one from Barbaton52. And he says, what New Year's resolutions do you have for the next year that are safe to share, both business-wise and personally? Wish you a good 2018.
They're both business,
I have 2 resolutions for 2018 so far. All right? The 2 most important things in my mind right now that I want to do. One is very much business and personal. The other one's personal. All right? But I'll share them both. I'm okay with sharing them both.
We already know what it, like, everyone knew what this was.
Number 1, to keep my house. And I know,
that's not a resolution. That's a goal. That's not a resolution, dummy.
God.
Another good email here.
Listen.
Listen.
I worked my ass off to earn this house. All right? I did. And just because for the past 3.5 fucking years. People have trolled the fuck out of me to hurt my business and make me earn less money. And just because a dumbass tax attorney in Connecticut didn't do his fucking job and screwed me over, I am not going to give up. I'm going to work my ass off this rest of this month. For January, I'm hopefully going to raise enough funds to pay these taxes at the end of January. Hopefully, I'll be okay. I don't know what's going to happen with this new tax law that's going on now that the Republicans have pushed through our Congress and our House, and you know Trump's going to sign it. I don't know if it's going to be more money, less money for me. I don't know what back taxes I'm going to owe that are going to be an ongoing payment. I don't know any of this, but I need to stay.
That's the other thing. That fundraising event, he literally said, even like recently, he said this, that he made enough to get out of the back tax situation. He said that. Oh, I made enough. But he doesn't know how much he owes. But he knows that what he made is enough to make him less stressed. Okay.
Here, man. Seriously. As I've said to everyone, living here has been the best time of my life. Like, everything here, I love being here. The weather's better than it was in Connecticut. Everything that I need is in a close distance. Everything's great. You know, my girlfriend's
But I guarantee if you ask him, he's going to say, look, I said I should be okay. I'd say I am. I should be okay with this amount of money, okay? But you gotta keep giving me money. You back taxes.
And we love it. You know, we're going around. She loves it much better than where she's from.
Oh,
and we're like, man, we can start our life together here. This is great, but I have to keep this house to keep it going. You know, if I were to lose this house to pay my taxes, I had to sell this house to pay my taxes, things would change a lot for the negative. I would have to lose a lot of the quality of the video. The office would go away. Okay. The quality of my videos would decline. I would not be able to stream or record as much as I do now because I'd have to figure out how to sell the house.
How would the quality of your streams decrease? You have a fucking... You take everything you own and you leave the house. Like, he's gonna leave the soundproofing phone behind? Why would he? Oh, okay.
Everything. It would not be a good time, and honestly, it would probably put me in a really negative mindset, too, which I don't want to be in. You know, I worked my ass off, dude. Seriously.
Seriously.
I can't.
Seriously, I can't.
I can't lose this house. I gotta save it. Somehow. Whether it's me working my ass off or the generosity of it, whatever it is, luck.
Begging.
I win the fucking lotto. I gotta stay in this house.
I gotta keep begging, dude.
Number two, I have not spoken a lot about this, but last year, half the year sucked, half the year was good in regards to my personal life because of my girlfriend. My girlfriend, I met her
Soulmates.
during the summertime. She was able to visit me several times. I had a lot of fun with her.
Several times. Remember when it was 3 times? Yeah, I remember that.
We really get along to the point where we both have jobs and everything, and I want to be able to maybe have her move in here with me during 2018.
That's not
sooner or later. I don't.
That's not really a resolution, but he wants her to move in because he wants a slave. He wants someone to do the work for him. He is so excited about it. I guarantee all the shit he's telling her is a front. Like, and it's the same thing with Leanna. They probably think that, oh, this guy's such a nice guy, but the moment they move in, oh, they're gonna see a different side of him.
No, it's all going to depend on this tax situation, but that would be my other resolution. If I can make it happen and maybe we can move in together, you know, she could get her foothold here, start working. I could have 2 incomes again, helping with everything. We got a great life together.
That is what he's focusing on.
Kind of getting back on track because, man, did 2017 throw me for a fucking loop with all the negative shit that happened. And I need to get back on track 2018 positive because, you know, I can't keep having, wow, something great happens. Oh, my God, life-changing, horrendous thing happens. Oh, okay, we're kind of better. Oh, my God, another negative thing. I can't. I got to have things level out, man. Stress and everything, stress levels, I need things to level out.
Stress is at a whole
And that's what I really need. I need 2018, man. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing if, like, she could move in with me and things work out well and now we're back on track for positivity. But let's see what happens. So those are my 2 resolutions for 2018. All right. Okay. Next question from Rob14287. He asked, Phil, I love your streams, dude. I've been a long-time viewer. Don't always manage to catch your streams when you stream, but I do watch all your stuff that you record for YouTube. My question is, would you consider replaying some of the games that you played years ago and record them with your camera? For example, Silent Hill and Skyrim and many other games. I can't wait for you to do your Bloodborne Redemption run.
Oh, what was the question again? Would I consider replaying some of my best playthroughs of all time and drink? Okay.
It's going to be epic. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Really nothing for me to say.
Well, Rob,
because I don't have any playthroughs.
This actually ties in, I believe, with
but,
another question. Hold on a second. Because I wanted to read both of them at once and answer them. Ah, okay. On Twitter, the Jackhammer actually asked me, your 10-year anniversary is coming up. Will you have any plans to do anything special? Well, what I'm thinking of doing is doing a series, all right, where I take some of the games that, number one, I enjoyed playing the most, and number two, you enjoyed as playthroughs, and maybe doing quick second runs. They wouldn't legitimately, obviously, be original Let's Plays because I've already played those games, but maybe redoing them now with viewer interaction during the streams, and now with maybe a spin, for example, the Silent Hill games, I didn't even direct capture, right? So maybe do a direct capture and go back and replay. So maybe I would consider redoing, the 10-year anniversary special of the summer. I replay one of the Silent Hill games. I replay Heavy Rain once.
Are you fucking kidding me with this? He plays Silent Hill every year now. I guarantee, come August, he's gonna be, I want to play Silent Hill, dude. It'll be amazing. Because he's pretty much put himself in a rut, gameplay wise. He finds routines to do when it comes to games he wants to play. So I guarantee, come August, he's gonna do Silent Hill at some point. Why say that's your 10-year anniversary? He should be doing something more special than I'm gonna play Heavy Rain or anything like that. Maybe he should like play Street Fighter V. Like that'd be a good anniversary thing because that's like a one-time event. Or maybe what he should do for his 10-year anniversary is just kind of recap all the things that he did on DSP Gaming and just kind of talk about what his thoughts about that channel. And all that kind of shit. Sure, it's going to be kind of retreading the same shit he did at the Christmas vlog he did. But it's better than, like, playing the same game he already played.
It's just once through quickly. I replay, you know what I mean? People pick the best playthroughs I've done over the years.
Or what he could do, which is another crazy idea. If he wants to do gameplay shit, just record a game the classic way. Offline, no streaming. I mean, okay, you know what? I'll be kind to him and say he could stream. I'll give him that, okay? Fair enough. But he should just do it the old way. No stream interaction, and just sit there and just be the classic Phil everyone used to love.
Pull for it, and then I end up playing a few of the games from over the years that I've really enjoyed playing and replay them as like an anniversary celebration. Right?
I don't know. Whatever.
That could be pretty good.
It is.
So I don't know. We'll see. That's one of the ideas I had. Another idea I had was going back and maybe doing what some YouTubers have done. Watch your own old videos and do like picture in picture. So my video would be playing and I'd be over here commentating over my own video. Because I don't even remember. Dude, 10 years of my life I've shared with all of you. Do you really think I remember every game I've played or ever? No. In fact, I'm sure playing a lot of these games, there was shit I don't remember at all. And I'd be like, holy shit, I'd react to it again, So, could be pretty good.
You know what? He should watch his Dead Space 2 gameplay through. He should watch that. I want to see him watch that.
I'm thinking that may be another thing that I do. All right. Another thing that I do for the year. We'll see. Let's play it by ear and let's see what happens. But a couple ideas I have for a 10-year anniversary kind of thing. Maybe going back and playing a few games I've played before. Maybe one of them. All right. Richie7 says, Phil, Merry Christmas.
Oh, what's his question? Oh my god. Has being a YouTuber affected how women view me? Yeah, this will be an ego boosting question.
What is dating life like being a YouTuber with some degree of fame? Do girls actively seek you out to date as fans or admirers? Conversely, have you experienced the opposite happen where you meet a girl who likes you, but once she discovers your public persona, decides not to pursue you? How has your very public life affected your single life? Both ways. It's affected me both ways. Because
the second he gets a girlfriend, all his questions are fucking cuck questions. Phil, how's your sex life? Okay.
Public relationships on YouTube. There were a few girls who I spent some time with behind the scenes who I never showed publicly whatsoever.
Sure.
And that happened a couple times where there was a girl who maybe I had a few dates with or I had a little bit of time with. And the girl liked me. But then when she found out, oh, YouTuber, and then saw what I did, she's like, oh, man, so you're basically constantly in the public eye. You have all these videos of you on the internet. And then, by the way, this was before the negative shit. This was before This Is How You Don't Play. We're talking the early years, like 2010, stuff like that, okay? You know, they would see that and be like, man, I don't know. You know, I have my own life, my own private life, and I don't know if I would ever want that stuff to go public or whatever. So there were a few girls who I did date.
So, like, the girl would just assume that Phil would just barge into their room and start filming things on YouTube? What? Okay.
For a while. Not too long, but for a while, who eventually they didn't work out because I was a YouTuber. At one point, I was like, man, I don't know if this will ever work out because I'm a YouTuber.
Totally, I believe that.
My 5-year-long relationship with my ex-girlfriend was because I was a YouTuber, and she messaged me on YouTube, and it was weird because I just happened to check my YouTube inbox one day, which I didn't often do. I saw this message from a random girl. I read it. I had a conversation with her, and then basically ended up liking each other, and then 5 years, right? A 5-year relationship. So that one was based off of YouTube. My current relationship, I'm not going to tell you. Blah, 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 blah. What I will tell you is my current relationship is very different from previous ones that I've had, which is a very, very good thing. Let's put it that way. That's why I try to keep it under wraps. I don't tell you guys too much about it. You don't know who the...
Is it different? Because he said that she watched his videos, that she knew him through YouTube. Not sounding that different. The only difference is that he's treating her like an object more than a person. I mean, he put her behind a paywall. You know, Leanna wasn't behind a paywall.
The girl is on purpose because, you know. On purpose. Well, let's face it. Even when she ever does move in with me, you're going to find out a hell of a lot more because you're probably going to see her in videos like DSP Tries It. She'll probably show up as cameo appearances in my streams and stuff.
Cameo appearances. Jesus. Man, usually people say cameos when it's like a star. She's a fucking girl. She's a random girl that he picked up. She's gonna have a cameo spot. Okay.
All right, but that being said, now I'm certainly not going to tell you anything, and I got to keep it that way. Very different, right? But I've seen both sides. There's been girls who like me because I'm a YouTuber, and on the flip side, there's been girls who it hasn't worked out because I'm a YouTuber. So.
Okay.
All right.
The next question, I think, is WWE. Okay. I would skip this, but I was watching. But there's something he says here that.
Oh, the final forum question. Then we get to quick the name. Popsicolo after watching. What's a good, incredibly pertinent wrestling right now today? And you might say, well, why? Ladies and gentlemen,
I have a girlfriend.
Wrestling right now is incredibly complex. Shows on the WWE. There's more. Out pro wrestling, that kind of stuff. Yes, Impact Wrestling still exists. So you got all this stuff going on. And the reason I say that is because now what's happened is there's like a clear line from wrestling. You start in the indies, then you go to maybe the higher indies, like NXT developmental for WWE.
Like he's acting as if like wrestling is like some system you have to go through. Like, you have to, like, okay, you have to watch this first for a while, then you gotta move up from there, and this, like, it's a fucking show. Like, it's like, oh, okay, what would you say, where should people start watching Fargo? Like, well, first you gotta start the movie, you gotta watch the movie first, I mean, you gotta watch that first, then you gotta watch maybe the other Coen Brothers films from there, and then you gotta go to Fargo Season 1, and then you gotta go to Fargo Season 2, just watch whatever. I mean, like, Fargo does kind of intertwine with each other in some way, but they're kind of, like, the show and the movie kind of stand on their own very well. The show seasons are both, it's an anthology series. Each season is different. You can watch any season any order you want. It doesn't really matter.
Then you go on to NXT. Then you go on to either a show like 205 Live or the lower class shows. The problem is, all right, wrestling has become so complex, and there's so many people getting into wrestling, and it's such a big industry now. It's all, you know, back in the 1980s, to get into pro, right? Now it's like, my God, every day you turn on the TV, it's right. Oh, but you need to know that Sami Zayn used to be called El Generico in the Indies, and he had this whole gimmick.
Why would that matter? If I watch wrestling right now, do I really need to know what he did in the Indies?
In order to understand that there was a relationship between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, to even understand the plot lines that are on modern TV. But then you've got new up-and-comers like Prince Devitt. Oops, that's not his name anymore. His name is, Finn Balor. And he was good in the Indies, but now he's here. But why is WWE got him as a prominent role on TV? But then he gets injured, so now he has to drop the title. Now he comes back a year later. Now he doesn't get the push that he had last year. I don't understand why not. And then you got guys like AJ Styles.
This sounds like garbage.
Who comes and immediately becomes a main event picture. None of it makes sense, all right?
Oh, this does not sound
None
like
of it makes
TV.
any sense. It's incredibly,
it's like trash TV,
incredibly complex.
For that, but,
okay, incredibly complex, because now you got these levels.
It's fucking
used
wrestling.
To be you don't know who the fuck they are. Incredibly confusing. All right, incredibly confusing. You keep track of it. I'll give you an example. Right now, my girlfriend is not into pro wrestling at all. She's never watched it. Okay, and we haven't watched any together yet, but we've been having discussions about maybe in 2018, if things go well, if I can get past this tax situation or whatever, okay, then maybe she can move in or whatever. But I told her, I said, I'm an avid fan of pro wrestling. I watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live every week, and once a month I watch a pay-per-view. Are you going to be okay with that? Or should I need to come back? Because I told her.
Oh my God! He sounds like it's like him saying this. Like, I'm gonna be watching wrestling once a week. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this, and then like he acts as if like if she finds out he watches wrestling, she's gonna be like, oh my God, you watch wrestling? I gotta leave, Phil. I cannot live with a guy who watches wrestling. I mean, he acts as if it's like you move it. It's like you get into a relationship and then you find out your partner is like a drug addict. And it's like, what, do you do cocaine? Oh my God, and this and that, like, but it's fucking wrestling.
When people move in together, you gotta compromise. You gotta understand.
What the fuck is this?
She likes things I like, and some things we'll watch together, some things we won't. It all depends. And she tells, no, I'm actually interested. I want to learn about pro wrestling. Will you teach me?
Teach me how to watch TV. God, this girl is either like an idiot or I don't know. I don't even know. I have a feeling that she probably maybe might think that the wrestling he's watching is like the actual sport. I have a feeling that's what it is. She probably thinks it's like the actual sport of wrestling and not this fake wrestling nonsense that he watches. I don't know. I mean, SmackDown and Raw is kind of well known to a degree, I guess. So maybe she knows what he's talking about, but I don't know. I just don't get why she needs help, watching TV. Okay.
And I was like, oh my God. How am I going to teach her? I'm just imagining the first day we sit down, she's never seen pro wrestling, or she doesn't watch pro wrestling, and we sit down to watch Monday Night Raw. And I'm going to have to try to explain to her the things going on.
So she can't, like, put two and two together when she watches the show? Like the most you can explain is probably, like, relationship shit, Like, if I'm sharing Fargo with someone, like, if someone just jumps in the middle of the season, I might explain, like, well, this is what's going on in this scene. Before this episode, what happened was this, and now we're here. Like, and that's it. It's not like, oh my God, you have to watch the movie. Like, come on, it's not that big of a deal.
It's going to be quite an interesting experience. Let's put it that way. Okay.
He acts as if it's such a big deal. It's fucking not. Get over it. Ugh.
All right. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you, like, what's the best place to jump into pro wrestling right now. It's too complicated. It's confusing. And to a lot of effect, I understand why WWE did what they did. What they realized is that the internet element and the people who are well informed on wrestling are growing.
Okay,
it's very easy.
Well, that's it for asking. These questions are garbage. There's nothing good in these questions. Favorite Christmas specials. He likes the fucking nonsense shit. Moral Orel is the best Christmas special. I watch that every year. Best one. Best Christmas ever, best episode. And same with the series finale. That's also great. Who should play me in a biopic? Who fucking cares? Keanu Reeves. There you go. And Danny DeVito should play DSP. What is my favorite Christmas movie? Okay. Well, that's it. There's really nothing else to say in this Ask the King. This was the worst Ask the King I've ever seen. Thank you guys for watching. We're free. We're free for another 2 months. We'll be back here in February, probably for Ask the King. Hope you enjoyed this one. I know it was a quick one, but fuck it. See you when I see you.